Hello.
How's it going? We are at a project in Maple Grove, Dayton area. This is, we just had the insulation inspection. So we've had all our framing inspection, HVAC inspection, electrical inspection, plumbing inspection, and now we just have the insulation inspection done. So we are ready for sheetrock. So this will give you a little look at kind of what's behind all the walls once they get covered up. It was adding in some heat supplies, some returns, all our can lightings are. So this is all kind of go through whenever we talk to the homeowner about what do we want to get out of the space, where do we want the lighting, the electrical and stuff like that. So all that's really on the plans that we talk about. So then when we get to this point, we have a good idea what we want, because once you put sheetrock up, that's kind of, you just kind of go from there. But this kind of gives you a good look of kind of the bones of the project before we put all the makeup on, I guess you could call it, with the sheetrock and paint and trim and all that stuff. So the layout, you can see we have decided on a family room on this end. They'll probably do some type of entertainment system over here, center over here. Bathroom, just standard bathroom with a shower stall, toilet vanity. We usually want to do all that. That's usually done whenever they build the house. That stuff's already kind of in the floor from there. So we work with that. And over here, we're going to have a nice walk-up bar about 10 feet wide. For this one here, we had to put up a framing wall, but then we had to do the plumbing, which is always the biggest thing when you want to do a wet bar. And as you can see, we had to bust into the floor for the drain for that. So it kind of gives you a good look of what can be done. That's not a huge deal, but this is some of the stuff you don't see once we get it all kind of covered up and all that fun stuff. So we had to make sure we had the correct electrical, the plumbing, the venting, all that fun stuff for the wet bar in an area that makes sense for the homeowner and what they want to get out of this. The other thing you can see is we added the insulation. First thing we kind of do is we talk about the exterior walls. We usually pull away the fiberglass insulation and we do a spray foam, better product that doesn't let any air through, has a good R value, so you don't have to worry about the mold and the mildew and any and stuff like that once this is in here and you get your sheetrock out from there. If you look, this is going to be the bedroom over here. We ended up doing soundproofing. So this is mainly just to stop sound travel. So when there's noise out here, it helps. You'll see we did the walls in here and we did the ceiling. So if you walk in here, you'll see the furnace is running. You can hear it come in here and you can tell the difference. And this is just without even sheetrock or anything. So it really deadens that sound, which is kind of a good little feature to have from there in the bedroom here. So we did a little insulation on the ceiling, some on the wall. We spray foamed the exterior walls. And in this instance, we ended up then adding the closet is off there to give the bedroom more space. Sure is actually under the stairs. So we'll be finishing that off too. But that's a couple of kind of things we talk about whenever doing a consultation with the homeowner and we get the project rolling. Where do we want everything? What do you want the stuff to look like? So as you can see, we just kind of insulated. You could hear the difference. It's kind of a nice little upgrade. Not too crazy expensive, but those are the kind of things we kind of go through when we have these projects that we're working with.